Okay. Good morning, everyone. So now we will be focusing on this concept called direct air capture and storage. See, basically, when we know that if at all greenhouses are emitting in the world, emission of greenhouse gases will lead to increasing global average temperature. This concept everyone knows. So now the point here is how to reduce these greenhouse gases. See, one thing is you have to first of all from the source only you have to stop emitting these greenhouse gases. Means nothing but we have to move towards clean energies from non-renewable energy or from fossil fuels, shifting towards renewable source of energy or shifting to clean energy is one of the means. That is also being done. That is being done. But that doesn't solve the purpose because in the atmosphere there are so many greenhouse gases. So next remedial measures which have to be taken is to capture these greenhouse gases, to remove these greenhouse gases from the atmosphere. Okay. So on the same lines, when we are talking about capturing carbon capture, you understand my point? This we call as a technique of carbon capturing. So when we use this carbon capturing technique, we directly shift to like where the carbon is emitting. Wherever the carbon is emitting, we will go to that source. Means for suppose if at all industry is emitting carbon, so we will go to that source and we will capture that carbon and we will store it in the atmosphere. We will store it somewhere outside the atmosphere, means underground, or we will store it in industries which have been closed. So that we will be doing. That technique everyone knows. So now the concept is called direct air capture and storage. So earlier we used to have technologies where we are directly capturing carbon. Now we are capturing air from the atmosphere. From that air we are collecting carbon and then we are removing that carbon. That is what is direct air capture and storage. Now you understand my point. See, earlier we were capturing directly carbon, okay, and removing that carbon from the atmosphere. Now we are capturing air from the atmosphere. Air has many other particles also, many other gases. From this air we are filtering. Filtering is not the correct word. We are segregating carbon, and this carbon is either being captured or either being utilized. That is what is direct air capture and storage. You understand my point? So direct air capture and storage plant captures carbon dioxide directly from the atmosphere, okay, and then stores it typically underground for long-term isolation. Okay, so this is what is direct capture. Now CO2 can be extracted directly from the atmosphere at any location, unlike carbon capture, which is generally carried out at the point of emission, such as steel plant. You understand my point? So at the source we are collecting directly, we will capture carbon and we will remove that carbon. But here we are capturing air from the atmosphere. From that we are, see, this is the process, air with CO2. Okay, so we are capturing that and then we are compressing. And what is that? Clean air without CO2 is released. That means nothing but in this capture we are capturing CO2 and this CO2 is compressed and this CO2 is transported. From there we are utilizing it, we are storing it. So wherever we want to need carbon dioxide, we are going to utilize it. Okay, so this is what is direct air capture and storage plant. State of rhino report. Okay, state of rhino report. First you have to understand what are the types of rhinos. There are two types of rhinos. One is American rhinos and African rhinos. In African rhinos you have white tiger and black rhino. Black and white rhinos. In Asian rhinos we have great one-horned rhinos, which is in India, and Javan rhino and Sumatran rhino. So these are, okay. So now you understood what are rhinos, different types of rhinos. So in Africa we have this white rhino and we have this black rhino. So white rhino and black rhino is present in South Africa. Okay, in African countries, why this is in the news is in African countries poaching of rhinos has been done. So okay, so and we see a rhino report has been released, State of Rhino Report 2024. For these two reasons rhinos are in the news. One is there is increased poaching in Africa. And second thing is this report has been released, and this report is highlighting about that. Okay, already there are so many news articles that there was continuously 3-4 days there was a news article saying that there was an African gang which have killed 23 rhinos, okay, within a span of year. Okay, so published, who publishes this rhino report? The International Rhino Foundation. It is published annually to eliminate the threats and to raise awareness for the 5 rhino species. It is completely focusing on 5 rhinos. Now, rhino poaching in Africa has been increased. Okay, so total black rhino population declined slightly over the year due to heavy poaching. So, black rhino poaching ekkada ekkuva jarugutundi? Namibia and South Africa. White rhino poaching ekkada? White rhinos are in South Africa. Okay, great one-horn rhinos have been making use of improved habitats and wildlife corridors. So conservation efforts are becoming productive. Okay, so this is about the rhino report. Okay, what is the conservation status, okay, of these white rhinos? So you have to understand whichever are, okay, so white rhinos, see, black rhinos, just we have discussed, no, black rhinos are being poached. Okay, so they are critically endangered. Javan rhino are also critically endangered, and Sumatran rhino are also critically endangered. So what are the types of rhinos which are critically endangered? Very much important. So black rhino is in the news because there is high chance that black rhino might be asked, because this report is highlighting majorly about black rhino population decline. Okay, so black rhino population ekkada untundi? Namibia and South Africa. Okay, they might be giving that black rhinos are endemic to India. So that type of questions are being asked. So you have to be very careful. Now, scientific name. So avindu chudandi, rhinoceros, also known as Indian rhino. It is the largest of great one. When we are talking about great one horn rhinos, so just you have to read scientific names also, if in case they are asking. At the times they did ask also. Okay, they did ask. Primarily found, great one horn rhinos are found in India, Nepal, though there is a population that is occasionally crosses into Bhutan. So great one horn rhinos are endemic to India. Okay, so what is that habitat? Tropical and subtropical grasslands, savannas and shrublands. Okay, it is covered under Schedule 1 of Wildlife Protection Act 1971. IUCN status kaadu, sites it covers under Appendix 1. Now, Conference of Parties 29 ekkada jarigindi? Azerbaijan. Conference of Parties 20, COP 30 ekkada జరగబోతుంది? ఇది ఆల్రెడీ మీకు చెప్పాను నేను క్లాస్ లో. we did discuss about that. Brazil. Okay, so Conference of Parties COP 30 is going to be happening in Brazil, I think in a town called Benin. Okay, so Brazil, Conference of Parties 30. And in Brazil also there was also one important conference which held recently. G20 Summit, Global Alliance on Hunger and Poverty. We see both India and Brazil India endorsed that alliances, global alliance. Sir, international relations, I did mention that Brazil, significance of Brazil also. Global Biofuel Alliance also, Brazil is very much important. Okay, so now Conference of Parties 2029, COP 29 took place in 2024 November at Azerbaijan, Baku. We did also discuss in international relations about what you say, Azerbaijan and Armenia, Nagorno Karabakh. Okay, so regarding that place, that is a disputed. Okay, and that territory is completely in Azerbaijan, but it has been claimed by Armenia. So revise చేసుకోకపోతే what is the point of attending all these classes? Okay, so ఇలాగో జనరల్ క్లాసెస్ లో తీసుకున్నప్పుడు సరిగ్గా రివైజ్ చేసుకోలేదనే కదా మళ్ళీ ర్యాపిడ్ రివిజన్కి వస్తుంటారు. ఇక్కడ కూడా అదే యాటిట్యూడ్ ఉంటే it will be difficult. Okay, conference of parties. So there are now how many parties to this conference of parties? 198 parties, and European Union is also one of the member. Okay, so what are the key outcomes of this conference of parties? So this conference of parties is talking about we have to triple climate finance, means nothing but we have to triple the climate finance. So that is one initiative. Now initially how much it was proposed? 100 billion. Now we are increasing up to 300 billion. For that matter, you know, even this 300 billion 100 billion contribution is not yet received. Now they are dreaming of expanding it to 300 billion. Here see, whatever, whether it is achieved or not, but when countries leaders meet and they have promised that we have to follow, that is important from examination point of view. So tripling climate finance by 2035. By 2035 we are supposed to triple the contributions towards climate change. Okay, so next, mobilization of additional funds. So they are saying that we have to mobilize additional funds also by how much? USD 1.3 trillion dollars, 1.3 trillion dollars by 2025. Carbon market mechanism. So it is also saying that we have to finalize this carbon market mechanism. Carbon market mechanism is, you know, there are principles which has been agreement. There is an agreement which has been agreed. There is a mechanism which has been agreed when it comes to climate. So when it comes to carbon market, you know, carbon trading mechanism, joint implementation. Okay, do you know about these points? Basics. What is this? Joint implementation, promoting clean carbon technologies. Okay, environment classes lo discuss చేశారు కూడా. Okay, clean carbon technologies. So if at all what you say, developing countries is, if a developed countries is providing clean technology to developing countries, so that is what we call as an technology trading. So here we are trading this technology to reduce carbon. So that is what we say carbon market mechanism. Carbon market mechanism means nothing but we are making carbon as a product and we are trading that carbon. Now what is the intention of trading this carbon is, the whole intention of carbon trading mechanism or carbon market mechanism is to reduce emissions of carbon dioxide. Okay, so we finalize agreements. Okay, this mechanism enable bilateral carbon trading and global crediting mechanism facilitating international cooperation in reducing emissions. Next, Baku adaptation roadmap has been signed. Now what is enhance global climate resilience, to promote climate resilience. Okay, so this is Baku adaptation roadmap. More than that, this is very much important. Support for this is very much important, sir. Indigenous peoples and local communities. To support indigenous community and local communities, adopted Baku work plan and extended the mandate of facilitative working group under local communities and indigenous people platform. So Baku Conference of Party 2009 did focus on indigenous people and local community, and more than that, from 2014, okay, Conference of Parties, okay, COP 2014, okay, Conference of Parties which happened in 2014, this Conference of Parties happened in Lima. Where is that? In Peru. So from that you see a landmark shift in this what you say, United Nations UNFCCC. What is that landmark change is, we are focusing on the gender dimension of climate change. You understand my point? So we were focusing on the gender dimension of climate change. So that is the reason why you see Lima work program on gender. Means what does it mean of gender is nothing but we are looking climate change from the lens of gender. Okay, we are correlating gender with climate change. Okay, from when it has been started? It has been started in 2014. So Lima Conference of Parties, which held in Lima in 2014, is one of the landmark conference of parties because it tried to include gender and climate change. Very important from examination perspective. So Lima work program on gender. So by 2024 till 2024 it was 10 years. So 10 years 15 years ఇలాంటివి అంటే చాలా ఇంపార్టెంట్ కదా. సో లీమా వర్క్ now we understood. So what was the India ఏం ప్రామిస్ చేసింది? Okay, so at conference of party, so when India went to Azerbaijan, so it also on the sidelines it met with Sweden. Okay, it met with Sweden and led a summit called Lead It Summit. What is that summit? Lead It Summit. So Lead It Summit was co-hosted by India with Sweden. You understand my point? Now what is this Lead It Summit is? We are trying to reduce emissions in heavy industries using, so decarbonizing heavy industries and shifting towards low carbon economy transitions. Is it clear? Next, solar energy leadership promoted through the International Solar Alliance. Now already we see International Solar Alliance we are trying to promote. So solar energy leadership aiming for a 20-fold increase in global solar capacity by 2050. Through International Solar Alliance we are trying to promote 20-fold increase in solar capacity by 2050. Next, small island developing country states advocated for unlocking climate finance and disaster resilience support for small island developing countries. You know, India is a leader of one of the front runner in when it comes to global south. Okay, so global south means least developed countries and small island nation countries. So these are the initiatives which has been taken. Now how many people know about Panchamrit? Okay, so this where Panchamrit has been given by India, it is in COP26 in Glasgow, United Kingdom. Life mission was also started from Glasgow mission. Now what are the Panchamrit targets? Reach, see, although this is not in the news, but this can be asked anytime. Okay, so this can be asked anytime. ఎప్పుడైనా ఎగ్జామ్ ముందు పోయేటప్పుడు ఇలాంటివి అయితే ఖచ్చితంగా చూసుకొని వెళ్ళాలి. Okay, so reach 500 gigawatt non-fossil fuel energy by 2030. By 2030 we are aiming to reach 500 gigawatt. Okay, 50% of its energy requirements, India's energy requirement will be coming from renewable energy by 2030. Reduction of total projected carbon emissions by 1 billion ton from now to 2030. So means nothing but we are carbon emissions. How much? 1 billion tons. Reduction of carbon intensity of economy by 45% by 2030 over 2005 levels. Achieving the target of net zero emissions by 2070. Now when we are talking about net zero emissions, in one summit we said that instead of focusing on 2050 we have to shift this net zero emissions to 2040 and 45. What was that summit which we studied? Sir, questions ఇలానే వస్తాయి. అప్పుడు చెప్పేటప్పుడు కూడా I said that this is very much important. And next there was a summit which was talking about sustainable development goal 18. Sir, questions ఏవో రాకెట్ సైన్స్ క్వశ్చన్స్ ఏం అడిగారు, ఇవే క్వశ్చన్స్ అడుగుతారు. And because those are very much important, when I was discussing also I did emphasize on its importance, no, significance. Please revise. Okay, food waste in India. Okay, food waste India 2024. So you know, in India definitely you see food wastage in not only in India, all over the world food wastage is increasing. Okay, so there need to be a measures to address this food wastage. Now released jointly by United Nations Environment Program. Who releases this report? It is released by United Nations Environment Program and WRAP, Waste and Resource Action Program. It is released jointly by United Nations Environment Program and WRAP. WRAP means Waste and Resource Action Program. Food wastage as defined by Food Wastage India Program includes edible, inedible parts discarded from the food supply chain from manufacturing and retail to restaurants and households. ఈ డెఫినేషన్ గుర్తుపెట్టుకోండి, ఎందుకంటే దే మైట్ ఆస్క్ దట్ వాట్ ఈస్ ద ఎగ్జాక్ట్ డెఫినేషన్ ఆఫ్ ఫుడ్ వేస్ట్. సో ఇక్కడ కీవర్డ్స్ ఏంటి అంటే గుర్తుపెట్టుకోండి. ఇట్ ఇంక్లూడ్స్ బోత్ ఎడిబుల్ అండ్ ఇన్ఎడిబుల్ పార్ట్స్. ఎడిబుల్ అంటే you can consume directly. Okay, edible and inedible parts discarded from the food supply chain from manufacturing and retail to restaurants and households. So this definition is very much important. Highlights ఏం చెప్తున్నాయి అంటే reveals that world wasted 1 billion tons of food. Okay, so 1 billion ton అంటే మొత్తం what is the available food లో we are wasting around 20%. Okay, 20% of our food available to consumers. Of all the food available, we are wasting 20%. Means nothing but of all the cooked food, we are wasting around 20%. Okay, so next, India is positioned as one of the highest food wasting nations, second only to China. So after China, we are second. Now, the per capita household wastage in India. Here you have to be very careful. See, although when it comes to overall volume, India is second, first China. But when it comes to per capita wastage, India is wasting 55 kilograms annually, is lower than in some other countries like United States. So per capita means nothing but of all the food wastage divided by its population. Okay, so India is second. But when it comes to per capita emission, India is below USA. Per capita emissions, you have to understand. Always when it comes to per capita also, India is very less when it comes to global warming, greenhouse gases also. Okay, although in volume greenhouse gases emissions in India is more, but per capita emissions are less. On the same line, in volume food wastage in India is more, but per capita wastage is less. Okay, Japan is one country where we see reducing good food wastage was been reduced. Okay, next, so what type of measures should be taken? So very generic information, you can read it. Okay, so we no need to focus. See, biocover means nothing but this technology. You look at this technology. This is methane. Okay, see, biocover technology means don't look at this figure and get confused. We are not nothing but, let me explain, let me simplify this concept for you. The intensity of impact of methane is more when it comes to carbon dioxide. Methane is more stronger greenhouse gas, nearly roughly I think exactly 28 times more stronger greenhouse gas than carbon dioxide. So what is this biocover means? Methane is exhausted from landfills, all these things. So methane emissions happen. So what we are trying to do is we are doing methane oxidation, means nothing but we are converting this methane into less harmful gases like carbon dioxide. That is what is called as an biocover. Concept అర్థమైంది కదా? So that is nothing, that is the story of this. So consists of two layers, the gas dispersion layer and methane oxidation layer. Okay, so microbial methane oxidation process is carried out by a group of, you can read this. With this explanation you can easily understand what is this biocover. Okay, so biocover and అర్థమైంది కదా? What is this? So we are using from landfills, we are trying to focus on this methane oxidation. Methane oxidation means it is nothing but we are converting this methane into less harmful or less impactful. I am not saying we are directly converting into clean, either carbon dioxide, and we will be focusing on carbon dioxide capturing methods. Now you understood what is this biocover. Now you see, we'll talk about those topics later. Bio-CNG. What is bio-CNG? CNG is compressed natural gas. So compressed natural gas or compressed biogas plants is a purified and compressed form of biogas where methane content is around 92 to 98%. Bio CNG. So now we are focusing on, see, the process of converting biogas to bio CNG. Okay, how we are converting this biogas to bio CNG. See, when we are talking about bio CNG, so it is obtained by compressing biogas. Now we see the source of biogas is many ways. So like when you see how do you get biogas? From what are the sources of biogas in India? Waste. So from waste discharges, so we are generating this biogas, and from this biogas we are converting this biogas into bio CNG. You understand my point? So process of converting biogas to bio CNG. So this is the focus of this thing. So it is obtained by compressing biogas, which is naturally produced gas through anaerobic decomposition of biomass like animal waste gani, animal manure gani. You see in in villages you have this biogas plants. Cow dung will be converted into biogas. You understand my point? So benefits of bio CNG. Bio CNG plants help addressing the pressure issue of waste management by diverting organic waste from landfills and converting into valuable energy. So it is renewable source. Unlike fossil fuels, bioenergy is renewable source that reduces depends on finite sources. What is the difference between renewable and non-renewable? This is the concept, right? Difference between renewable and non-renewable. Okay. So it also helps in air quality improvement. Now, what this concept? Now those are basics. Now you have to understand how biogas is converted to bio CNG. These two names are very much important. That's it. So the prospective question is, what is water scrubbing? What is pressure swing absorption? Okay. So what is water scrubbing and what is this pressure swing absorption? So what, based on this, from this technology only, we are converting it into bio CNG. Biogas is converted. This method involves compressing the biogas which we have collected under pressure before exposing it to water. So when this method involves compressing you are compressing the biogas. Okay. So under pressure before exposing it to water. Carbon dioxide and hydrogen sulfide, which are more soluble in water than methane, dissolve in the water. See, when you are first of all you are compressing it. Okay, you are compressing the biogas, then you are dissolving this in water. When you are dissolving it in water, what happens is the solubility of water, the solubility of hydrogen sulfide, the solubility of methane is different. So as they are, carbon dioxide and hydrogen sulfide are more soluble than methane, so they dissolve. When it is soluble, it will be dissolved. Okay, like biryani is very much soluble to our body. Okay, so non-soluble is kakarkai, asal bodu. So when you which are more soluble in water than methane, so dissolving in the water while methane rises to the top. That is how you are collecting methane. You understand my point? So this is water scrubbing technique. Now you understand my point? So how we are converting? What is the technique which is being used to convert biogas to bio CNG? Next, pressure swing absorption. So in this technique, unwanted gases are captured by vessels at high pressure. Methane is then collected from the top of the vessel, while the pressure is reduced to release carbon dioxide and nitrogen and oxygen. Okay. So obviously in a vessel, you see when gas is moving to upper layers, you are collecting that gas. That is what is pressure swing absorption. You understand my point? So this is the story with respect to biogas to bio CNG. Now, which of the above is released in the atmosphere burning of crop or biomass residue? So it is all the four: carbon monoxide, methane, ozone, and sulfur dioxide. Okay. So we have studied about methane so far. Now, coastal erosion. So coastal erosion is wearing of land by the sea, often involves destructive waves wearing the coast. Okay. So factors affecting the rate of coastal erosion, impact of coastal erosion. So what happens because of coastal erosion? Loss of land, infrastructure damage, habitat loss, and economic impacts. Okay, so there are four main processes of coastal erosion. So how this coastal erosion is been done, I try to explain you. You can read it. Okay, very simple. What is this corrosion? What is this abrasion? What is this hydraulic action? What is this attrition? So very simple. You can read it. You can easily understand. Okay, seagrass meadows. Seagrass meadows. What happened is seagrass meadows plays a key role when it comes to filtering water or as a means of carbon capture also. So what happened is nowadays we see because of increasing pollutions, means discharge of wastewater, industrial water into waters. So this seagrass is been what you say. Seagrass is affected. So this is seagrass. You can understand. Okay, this is seagrass. So they have a they have a role to play in climate, addressing mitigating climate change. Okay, seagrass are marine flowering plants that are found in shallow waters in many parts of the world, from the tropics to the Antarctic Circle. Okay, so threats, agriculture and industrial runoff. Okay, so already we are having that threat. Coastal development and climate change. Unregulated fishing activities. Unregulated fishing activities is also leading to destruction of seagrass. Seagrass meadows and other blue ecosystem deliver effective nature-based solution. Is this content visible to you? Background వల్ల ఏం ఇంపాక్ట్ అవ్వట్లేదు కదా. Okay, so nature based solution, and it is critical that we act to protect, restore and sustainably manage them so that they can continue with nature based solution, means filtering of water or storing of carbon dioxide. You understand my point? United Nations Environmental Program provides global leadership on seagrass ecosystem, promoting international cooperation and science-based ecosystem management. Okay, so this is about seagrass. Now you have to understand what is the significance of seagrass. Just now we have discussed. Okay, acts as highly efficient carbon sinks. This is very much important. Acts as highly efficient carbon sinks, storing up to 18% of world's oceanic carbon. Okay, you understand my point? And it also improves water cycle. Okay, so now you understood the significance of seagrass. And which organization? See, it also acts as a nursery to over 1/5 of world's largest 25 fisheries. So important thing is you have to understand what is seagrass, what are the threats which has been faced to seagrass, and what is that which is that international organization which is collaborating to restore, protect this seagrass. Next, this we discussed. Green steel. See, green steel means in the manufacturing of steel, how much clean energy are you using? How much renewable energy are you using? That is the concept of green steel. Okay, now we understood what is green steel. Now they have given, now definitely it is Ministry of Steel. So green steel shall be defined in terms of percentage greenness of the steel. Percentage greenness of the steel means how much clean energy is used in manufacturing steel. Okay, which is produced from the steel pan with CO2 equivalent intensity. So you have to understand that, sir, based on greenness, the green steel can be rated as follows. Okay, see, 5-star green rated steel means steel with emission intensity lower than 1.6. Okay, 4-star means 1.6 to 2. 3-star means, simple point. Now when we are talking about this AC, 5-star AC means more efficient, more not efficiency in in context with respect to what you say, cooling it. It is more efficient when it comes to usage of power efficiency. You understand my point? On the same lines, when we are talking about green, 5-star means nothing but that steel is emitting less carbon. So roughly you have to understand this data. So 5-star endi, 4-star endi, 3-star endi. So which is this nodal agency of India which is promoting this green steel concept? Okay, so National Institute of Secondary Steel Technology serves as nodal agency for measurement, reporting and verification. Okay, so what this does, green steel means we are going, see 5-star, 4-star, 3-star and enti ante simple means nothing, simple it is nothing but we are promoting this certification. Okay, now when we are talking about AC, there is a certification. You can see that certification by looking into that 5-star, 4-star. Okay, we are also doing that same certification when it comes to steel. Okay, UN Treaty on High Seas. Did I discuss about this? When we are discussing about international treaty, what is that? Biodiversity beyond national jurisdictions. Sir చెప్పాను గుర్తుపెట్టుకోండి, చాలా ఇంపార్టెంట్. సో బయోడైవర్సిటీ బియాండ్ నేషనల్ జ్యూరిడిక్షన్. హై సీస్ ట్రీటీ అని ఇయ్యరు, హై సీస్ ట్రీటీ అని ఇయ్యరు. వాళ్ళు ఏమన్నా అంటారు అంటే they will give this name. And why I also said that this was legally binding. Okay, this was legally binding. Okay, adopted in 2003 to address issues like pollution, overfishing and climate change impacts on these areas and provides a framework for establishing marine protected areas. In this context only, do you remember that we discussed about 30 by 30? 30 by 30 2 BHK apartment కాదు, లేదా బెడ్రూమ్ కాదు, ఇదేంది 30 by 30 protect making 30% of the terrestrial means nothing but or land ecosystem as designating 30% as protected areas. On the same line, designating 30% of coastal area or ocean area as protected areas. So if at all you want to do anything, if at all you want to use for transportation purpose or anything, any other purpose or for research or for exploration of minerals, you have to keep 30% aside as protected area. Did we discuss about this 30 by 30? Next, now parts of the sea that are not included in territorial waters or internal waters of a country are known as high seas according to 1958 Geneva Convention of High Seas. Now you see these are coastal waters, this is territorial sea. Okay, up to 12 nautical miles. Next to 12 nautical miles will be contiguous water. After that 200 nautical miles will be exclusive economic zone. You understand my point? So this is with respect to this concept you should be clear. So 12 miles, first 12 miles is territorial waters, next 12 miles is contiguous water. From then does exclusive economic zone starts from where? From contiguous water or territorial waters? Territorial waters. అర్థమైందా? సో ఇది చూసుకోండి, ఇలాంటి సింపుల్ థింగ్స్ అడుగుతారు. 30 by 30 we already discussed, right? So that is the reason why I think I did not include here. Places in news. So now tell me, before moving forward, tell me how many national parks are there in India? National parks ఎన్ని ఉన్నాయి? టైగర్ రిజర్వ్స్ ఎన్ని ఉన్నాయి? ఓకే, ఎలిఫెంట్ రిజర్వ్స్ ఎన్ని ఉన్నాయి? And how many national parks are there in India? What is that national parks which has been recently declared as national park? Which place has been recognized as national park recently? Tell me. So there are 107 national parks in India. Recently declared national park is Simlipal National Park in Ekadundi, Odisha. Next, tiger reserves ఎన్ని ఉన్నాయి? 50, 59 58 58 రీసెంట్ టైగర్ రిజర్వ్ ఏది? మాధవ్ టైగర్ రిజర్వ్. దానికన్నా ముందు 56th టైగర్ రిజర్వ్ ఏది? ఓకే, when we are talking about national park, 107 national parks are there. In that recent is Simlipal in Odisha. Okay, next tiger reserves you have 58. So 58 is Madhav. ఏడున్నాడు మాధవ్? మధ్యప్రదేశ్లో ఉన్నాడు. ఓకే, 57th ఏంది? రతపాని టైగర్ రిజర్వ్. 56th ఏంది? గురు ఘాసీదాస్ టైగర్ రిజర్వ్. గురు ఘాసీదాస్ ఛత్తీస్గఢ్ లో ఉంది. ఓకే, సో నవ్ యూ అండర్స్టూడ్ 58th, 59th అండ్ 56th. ఓకే, సో దీస్ టైగర్ రిజర్వ్స్ ఆర్ దేర్. నెక్స్ట్ ఎలిఫెంట్ రిజర్వ్స్ ఎన్ని ఉన్నాయి? 33. ఓకే, ఎలిఫెంట్ రిజర్వ్స్ ఎక్కడ ఎక్కువ ఉన్నాయి? ఇది చాలా ఇంపార్టెంట్, చాలా మంది కన్ఫ్యూజ్ అవుతారు. ఎలిఫెంట్ రిజర్వ్స్ ఆర్ నాట్ మోర్ ఇన్ కర్ణాటక. ఎలిఫెంట్ పాపులేషన్ ఇస్ మోర్ ఇన్ కర్ణాటక. తమిళనాడు అండ్ అస్సాం హ్యాస్ మోర్ ఎలిఫెంట్ రిజర్వ్స్. 5 రిజర్వ్స్ ఉన్నాయి. ఐఎమ్ మేకింగ్ సెన్స్? అర్థమైందా? లిజన్ కేర్ఫుల్లీ, మళ్ళీ చెప్తాను చూడండి. 33 టైగర్ ఎలిఫెంట్ రిజర్వ్స్ ఉన్నాయి. ఎలిఫెంట్ పాపులేషన్ కర్ణాటకలో ఎక్కువ ఉంది. ఎలిఫెంట్ రిజర్వ్స్ ఎక్కడ ఎక్కువ ఉన్నాయి? తమిళనాడు అండ్ అస్సాం. ఓకే, సో దిస్ ఈస్ ద స్టోరీ విత్ రెస్పెక్ట్ టు టైగర్ రిజర్వ్స్, ఎలిఫెంట్ రిజర్వ్స్ అండ్ నేషనల్ పార్క్స్. సో 107 నేషనల్ పార్క్స్ ఉన్నాయి. సిమ్లీపాల్ నేషనల్ పార్క్. అండ్ ఈ మధ్యలో టైగర్ రిజర్వ్స్ వీ హావ్ సీన్. నౌ we will see about this tiger reserves also. More than this tiger reserves, there is recently Manas tiger reserve. ఎక్కడ ఉంది మానస్? అస్సాం. సో ఈ మానస్ టైగర్ రిజర్వ్ ఈజ్ సో మచ్ ఇన్ ద న్యూస్. ఓకే, ఎందుకు అంటే ఈ మానస్ టైగర్ రిజర్వ్ లో రిపోర్ట్స్ ఏమైనా వస్తున్నాయంటే టైగర్ పాపులేషన్ ఇంక్రీజ్డ్ ట్రైస్. ఓకే, సో మీరు మానస్ టైగర్ రిజర్వ్ ఎక్కడుంది? అండ్ ఇంకోటి ఏంటి అంటే వెన్ వీఆర్ టాకింగ్ అబౌట్ దిస్ మానస్ టైగర్ రిజర్వ్ 3 times ఇంక్రీజ్ అయింది. సో లుక్ ఇన్ టు దిస్ మానస్ టైగర్ రిజర్వ్ అండ్ యూ ఆల్సో లుక్ దట్. సార్ ఎప్పుడైనా గుర్తుపెట్టుకోండి, క్వశ్చన్స్ ఎలా అడుగుతున్నారు అంటే ఇప్పుడు చూడండి, ఒడిస్సాలో నేషనల్ పార్క్ అనౌన్స్ చేశారు. నౌ క్వశ్చన్ మైట్ కమ్ దట్ దిస్ ఈస్ ద ఫస్ట్ నేషనల్ పార్క్ ఇన్ ఒడిస్సా స్టేట్. ఇస్ ఇట్ కరెక్ట్ ఆర్ రాంగ్? ఎలా అడుగుతున్నా ఇప్పుడు అర్థమైంది కదా. సో దీస్ ఆర్, దే వోంట్ ఆస్క్ దట్ విచ్ ఇస్ ద 107th national park in India. They might not also ask about only Simlipal. They might ask about other national parks in Odisha. Now my question is Simlipal the only first tiger national park in Odisha, or do we have other national park? Question అర్థమైందా? రాసుకోండి. టుమారో ఐ వాంట్ ఆన్సర్. క్వశ్చన్ ఎలా అడుగుతున్నా అర్థమైంది కదా. నౌ ఇక్కడనే మనం క్వశ్చన్ చూద్దాం, యూపీఎస్సీ ఎలా అడుగుతుంది. 58th టైగర్ రిజర్వ్ మాధవ్ నేషనల్ పార్క్ ఎక్కడుంది? మధ్యప్రదేశ్. హౌ మెనీ టైగర్ రిజర్వ్స్ ఆర్ దేర్ ఇన్ మధ్యప్రదేశ్? ఇన్ డస్ మధ్యప్రదేశ్ హ్యాస్ హైయెస్ట్ నెంబర్ ఆఫ్ టైగర్ రిజర్వ్స్? 9 టైగర్ రిజర్వ్స్ ఉన్నాయి. సో దట్ ఫ్యాక్చువల్. నవ్ యూ ఆర్ అండర్స్టాండింగ్ దట్ ఈ డేటా ఇదే, ఈ డేటా బేస్డ్ మీద క్వశ్చన్స్ ఎలా అడుగుతారు అనేది మనకి ఇంపార్టెంట్. యూ అండర్స్టాండ్ మై పాయింట్? సో హౌ మెనీ టైగర్ రిజర్వ్స్ ఆర్ దేర్ ఇన్ Madhya Pradesh? Or they might give states and ask them to arrange ascending order and descending order in context of tiger reserves. Which state is having more tiger reserves? Are you understanding what I am trying to say? Next, ఇది కాకుండా ఇంకోటి ఏంటి అంటే when we are talking about Manas tiger reserve, so when we are talking about Assam, this is in the news. So what are all the other tiger reserves which are in Assam? మానస్ టైగర్ రిజర్వ్ ఉంది, నిమేరి టైగర్ రిజర్వ్, ఓకే కాజిరంగా టైగర్ రిజర్వ్ కదా. ఓకే, కాజిరంగా కాదు. వాట్ ఆర్ ఆల్ ద టైగర్ రిజర్వ్స్ ఇన్ అస్సాం? ఓకే, మానస్ టైగర్ రిజర్వ్, ఒరంగ్ టైగర్ రిజర్వ్, నిమేరి టైగర్ రిజర్వ్, అండ్ యూ హ్యావ్ అదర్ టైగర్ రిజర్వ్ in Assam. I think there are 4 tiger reserves. Oh sir, చూడండి ఒకసారి టైగర్ రిజర్వ్స్ ఇన్ అస్సాం. ఓకే, సో అర్థమైంది కదా క్వశ్చన్స్ ఎలా అడుగుతారో. సో విల్ డిస్కస్. ఇప్పుడు న్యూస్ లో ఉన్నాయి రతపాని టైగర్ రిజర్వ్, గురు ఘాసీదాస్ అండ్ దిస్ కాజిరంగా టైగర్, కాజిరంగా, మానస్, ఒరాంగ్ అండ్ నిమేరి. అవునా? Nameri. Okay. Anyways, so Orang National Park is in Assam, right? Rathabani Tiger Reserve. So where is it? It is located in Madhya Pradesh near Vindhya Hills. Okay. So encompasses a World Heritage Site, that is Bhimbetka Rock Shelters. Bhimbetka lo emuntayi? Prehistoric paintings. Okay. So and many other historical and religious okay. The sanctuary runs parallel to northern side of Narmada River, the lifeline of Madhya Pradesh. Kollar River forms the western boundary of the sanctuary. ఇవి ఎందుకు గుర్తుపెట్టుకోవాలంటే ఖచ్చితంగా గుర్తుపెట్టుకోవాలి. You should have the geographical understanding of it. Okay, they are not asking from the where does this Ratapani Tiger Reserve is located. They are asking about the geography. So the sanctuary runs parallel to the northern side of Narmada River, and Kollar River forms the western boundary of the sanctuary. Okay, next, it is dry deciduous and moist deciduous type. What is that? Okay, what type of forest, what type of vegetation is been present here? It is dry deciduous and moist deciduous type. About 55% of the area is covered by teak. Okay, so this is about Ratapani Tiger Reserve. Next, Royal Bengal Tiger. Already we discussed about this, no? When we discussed about Backcat Alliance. Next, Gurgas Sidas Tamar Pingla Tiger Reserve. This is Chhattisgarh. This is 56th Tiger Reserve of the country. Okay, it is the largest tiger reserve in India after Nagarjuna Sagar, Srisailam and Manas. Manas అర్థమైంది కదా సార్? ఒకసారి క్వశ్చన్ ఏమన్నారు అంటే విచ్ ఈస్ ద లార్జెస్ట్ టైగర్ రిజర్వ్ ఇన్ ఇండియా? ఓకే, Nagarjuna Sagar, Srisailam was asked in UPSC already. This is a previous year question. Now you understood that second is Manas, third is Guru Ghasidas. As both Manas and Guru Ghasidas is in the news, don't you think there might be a prospective question on these lines? Okay. Okay, what are the rivers which are flowing into it, and what is the flora and what is the fauna in this? You go through it. Next, Ramsar sites. Okay, so Ramsar sites. Ramsar Convention is an international. Ramsar is a place in Iran. So treaty signed by 172 countries to protect wetland. It is named after. Okay, so it is also known as Convention on Wetlands. Okay, today Ramsar list is world's largest network of protected areas. There are 22,400 Ramsar sites. Okay, there are on the territories of 172 convention contracting parties around the world, covering around 2.5 million square kilometers. In 2004, India designated several sites as Ramsar sites, increasing to the total of 89. Sorry. Okay. So what are the recent things? Please go through this. These places which I have mentioned. Free unnappudu chudandi, but definitely I don't think it is what you say. Remembering chala kashtame. Okay. So don't waste much of your time on that. Okay. So next, what are this is one. From this you can expect prospective question. What are the schemes? What are the measures which has been taken by government to conserve wetland or wetland conservation method? So Wetlands of India portal. So who launched this Wetlands of India portal? Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change. National Wetlands Decadal Change Atlas, which has been prepared by Space Application Center, Ahmedabad. Means it comes under ISRO. Next, Center for Wetland Conservation and Management, established on World Wetlands Day 2021. When is this World Wetlands Day? Feb 2nd. Wetlands Rejuvenation Program. Okay, integration with river management. National Plan for Conservation of Aquatic Ecosystem. This is very much important. అన్నిటికన్నా ఎక్కువ ఇంపార్టెంట్ ఏంటంటే అమృత్ Dharohar scheme. Amrit Dharohar scheme is a key initiative aimed at optimizing wetland utilization over the next 3 years. Under 2023 నుంచి 2026 వరకు 3 years. Tomorrow they might ask that it is for next 5 years. So question ఎలా అడుగుతారు అర్థమవుతుందా? సో నెక్స్ట్ 3 years కాదు, నెక్స్ట్ 5 years. ఓకే. నేషనల్ వైల్డ్ లైఫ్ యాక్షన్ ప్లాన్ ఇంటిగ్రేషన్ విత్ నమామి గంగా ప్రోగ్రామ్. సో దీస్ ఆర్ ద మెజర్స్ విచ్ ఇస్ బీన్ టేకెన్. సో కలాస్, సో దిస్ ఆర్ ఆల్ ద ఇష్యూస్ విత్ రెస్పెక్ట్ టు ఎన్విరాన్మెంట్. ఐ నో మీకు ఇమీడియట్ మీకు రాదు కానీ నేనే అడుగుతున్నాను. సార్ ప్లేసెస్ ఇన్ న్యూస్ డిస్కస్ చేసాం కానీ స్పీసీస్ ఇన్ న్యూస్ అని అడుగుతాను. స్పీసీస్ ఇన్ న్యూస్ ఈ మధ్యలో కొన్ని అంటే ఏంటి అంటే చాలా స్పీసీస్ ఉంటాయి. నేను ఎప్పుడు స్టూడెంట్స్కి ఏం చెప్తాను అంటే టైం ఇది ప్రిపరేషన్ అయిపోయి ఇది రివైజ్ అయిపోయాక స్పీసీస్ ఇన్ న్యూస్ చూడండి. ఓకే, నేనేం చేస్తాను అంటే గ్రూప్ లో ఆ స్పీసీస్ ఇన్ న్యూస్ విచ్ ఈస్ మోస్ట్ ఇంపార్టెంట్ అనేది గ్రూప్ లో పెడతాను. ఐ డోంట్ వాంట్ టు వేస్ట్ యువర్ టైం ఆల్సో. సో అది గ్రూప్ లో పోస్ట్ చేస్తాను. ఫ్రీ ఉన్నప్పుడు జస్ట్ అది టైప్ చేసి యూపీఎస్సీ అని కొడితే దాని రిలేటెడ్ కంటెంట్ వస్తుంది, ఒక్కసారి చూడండి. సో ఐ డెలిబరేట్లీ I have content for this also, but I don't want to give more information to you and unnecessary waste your time. Okay, so we'll skip the topic. I'll give it in handouts gaani ala istan. Okay, so this is with respect to okay. So shall we start environment or you want to take break? 10:30కే బ్రేక్ తీసుకుంటారు అంటే మళ్ళీ వీడియో సార్ ఓకే కదా? లేదు అంటే డైరెక్ట్ ఇదే కంటిన్యూ చేసి డైరెక్ట్ 2 hours క్లాస్ తీసుకుందాం. 2 hours క్లాస్ తర్వాత మీరు రేపు కంటిన్యూ చేద్దాం. ఓకే, అలానే ఓకే కదా? ఓకే, అలానే చేద్దాం. అంటే మళ్ళీ బ్రేక్ అవుతుంది కదా అని ఒక హాఫ్ అన్ అవర్ బ్రేక్ అయ్యి మళ్ళీ ఎన్విరాన్మెంట్ అయిపోయింది. Economy, okay. So economy, sir, already economy related classes has been done with you and I discussed with the faculty also, economy faculty. Sir said that budget related or economy survey related classes have been taken and key concepts have also been explained. So what I am trying to see is, I looked at these lectures, there are some topics which have been left out. Okay, so I will be trying to fill that gap in our current affairs classes. That's it. Okay, so first ఇప్పుడు ఆన్లైన్ లో చూసే వాళ్ళకు కూడా చెప్తున్నాను, ఇఫ్ ఇన్ కేస్ డైరెక్ట్లీ క్లాసెస్ కాకుండా ఎకనామీ రిలేటెడ్ క్లాసెస్ ఒకసారి చూడండి, దెన్ ఇట్ విల్ బి మై క్లాసెస్ విల్ కాంప్లిమెంట్ దోస్ క్లాసెస్. ఓకే, మెజర్స్ ఫర్ MSME in union budget. So first, what was the measures which has been taken by union budget is, union budget to Nirmala Sitharaman announced that there is a need to increase the investment and turnover, means reclassification of MSME need to be done was discussed. So that is the reason why we have revised MSME. So micro enterprises, MSME means micro, small and medium enterprise. Micro enterprise means we have initially it was 1 crore, now we have changed it to 2.5 crore and what you say, and company which have investment up to 1 crore were considered or designated as micro. Now we are changing it and expanding it to 2.5 crore. So 2.5 crore. So next we have revised the turnover also to 10 crore. Now sir, why do you think that there was a need to revise? Me cheppandi enduku penchutunnaru? Because see, when we are talking, there are so many micro MSME related schemes. So this MSME related schemes is focusing on micro enterprises, medium enterprises and small enterprises. Now when you are increasing the ambit, now you see from 1 crore you are revising it to 2.5. Means nothing but more enterprises will come under micro, and there will be, as it is micro enterprise, there will be more support from the government. So that is the reason why we have revised. You understood the logic why we have revised, such that by revising this we are including more enterprises under micro, we are introducing more enterprises on small, and we are increasing the ambit of micro, small and medium enterprises. Okay, why we are doing it? Such that we can, these micro enterprises or small enterprises or medium enterprises can take maximum advantages through this initiative. Okay, so we have reclassified MSME by promoting higher investment and higher turnover limits. Okay, so enhanced credit availability, increased guarantee for micro, small and medium enterprises. How much? Up to 10 crore, and startups we have increased to 20 crore, and micro, small and medium enterprises. So these are initiatives which has been taken in union budget. So we are increasing the credit availability. Sir, one of the major problem with micro, small and medium enterprise is availability of credit. When it is multinational company can ask for investments, not only investment from big financial institution, but also people. Now when we are talking about Reliance, is Ambani the only owner of Reliance? No, there are many shareholders like us who have invested in Reliance foundations, Reliance institution. But when we are talking about micro, small and medium enterprises, they don't have the ambit to ask for investments from people. So majorly they will be depending on investment from, whether it might be from government or whether it might be from banking institutions. So that is the reason why, taking this into consideration, we are increasing the credit availability to micro enterprises. So we increased guarantee cover for MSME, that is 10 crore. Okay, we are increasing to 10 crore for startups which are micro, small, medium enterprises startup, we are increasing to 20 crore, and for micro enterprises which is focusing on exports, we are increasing it to 20 crore. So now enhanced credit availability. Next, credit cards is also been promoted. We are promoting new funds. 10,000 crore funds is designated to micro, small enterprises and especially for startups. And scheme for women and SC and ST enterprises. 2 crore term loans. Okay, 2 crore term loans is been promoted. How many targets? Around in 5 years we will promote 5 lakh entrepreneurs. 5 lakh entrepreneurs from whom? From the category of women, SC and ST. Okay, next, initiative taken for micro, small and medium enterprise by Government of India so far. Means nothing but team initiative. What is this team initiative? Is e-commerce onboarding support. Now why do you think that we need e-commerce onboard support? See, if at all in a rural area, okay, in Warangal, outskirts of Warangal or in rural areas of Warangal, if at all a micro enterprise is manufacturing a product, now don't you think that every product need a market, every company, every enterprise need a market. Now which is that biggest market? Online is biggest market. So we need to promote e-commerce onboard solutions by including this. Now when we are talking about Flipkart or Amazon, you type a product, you type headphones or earphones or Bluetooth earphones, you get n number of products. You understand my point? So when people will select based, you can choose your product based on this company. You understand? But first you need onboarding services. That product have to be registered or product have to be visible in e-commerce website. So that is the reason why team initiative e-commerce onboarding support. We are promoting onboarding support to this micro enterprises. PM Vishwakarma Yojana, support for artisans and crafts people. Okay, PM Vishwakarma. So this is very much important. So we are trying to promote majorly in micro, small and medium enterprises. You need artisans and craftsmen would be working, and many micro, small enterprises are being led by them. So this PM Vishwakarma will complement that effort. Next, self-reliant India fund scheme, equity funding for growth potential micro, small and medium enterprises. Next, public procurement policy. Now what is this public procurement policy? This is very much important. This is recent initiative also. 25% procurement for MSMEs by central ministries. So whatever, whether it might be central ministry is needing. So whether it might be furniture, whether it might be equipment, whether it might be daily use goods, okay, whether it might be support systems, okay, 25% of this procurement will be done from micro, small and medium enterprises. Now you understand my point. 25% procurement policy. RAMP scheme. Well, this is a scheme which is been supported by World Bank. So RAMP scheme is supported by World Bank for market, finance and access. You are revamping micro, small and enterprises. Who is supporting it? World Bank. So which scheme of micro, small enterprises is been promoted by World Bank? Or they might ask a question that RAMP scheme is supported by which organization? Which international organization? It has been supported by World Bank. Next, Udayam Assist Portal. Okay. Next, you have MSME. So these are all the initiatives which is been taken to promote micro, small and medium enterprises. Okay. Next, National Critical Mineral Missions. Sir, very much important. Okay. So National Critical Mission. National Critical Mineral Mission. Union Cabinet approved the launch of National Critical Mineral Mission. Okay. So announced in which it is launched in budget. Sir, before this mission also there were questions on rare earth metals. There were questions on critical minerals. Okay. And when we are discussing not only this, did we discuss about the trust partnership? How many people remember this? US India. Trust initiative was focusing on 3 areas: critical minerals, pharmacy and advanced technologies, advanced equipments. Now you understood why this is very much important. Okay, so they might link that initiative with this initiative also. You cannot expect UPSC might only center a question only on international relations. They might include this mission as well in that question. So interlinking is already been done. UPSC is already trying to do this interlinking. Okay. Now, so announced in budget 2024-2025. So key objective is secure India's critical mineral supply chain. Okay. So whether it might be domestic or foreign. Okay. So what are the key features of National Critical Mineral Mission? Financial initiatives for exploration. So first of all, in India, we are very much, India is very much dependent on imports of critical minerals. So that is the reason why now India is a very vast country. So we are trying to explore any potential critical minerals resources in India. So we are exploring. So for exploration, we are promoting financial incentives. Promote recovery from overburden. Okay. Next, fast track regulatory approvals. See, whatever regulatory approvals which is there to promote critical minerals or which is working in the stream of critical minerals, you have to fast track. Encourage foreign asset acquisition by Indian companies. Means nothing but if at all. Now this component is very much important. Okay. Okay. This component is very much important. See, African countries are having minerals. So if India company is trying to explore critical minerals in that country, so we have to promote regulatory mechanism, should be encouraging that, should not hurdle, means ease of doing this. No, we have to make sure that is workable, and also we are encouraging companies to promote exploration, or if at all there is a country which is trying to collaborate in exploration means there is there is a difference between exploration and exploitation. Exploration means first you have to do research. Next, exploitation means you have to dig. You understood? So when there is an asset, if a company is saying that no, we have found this critical minerals, you don't have the technology. African country, you don't have the technology, we will provide the technology. For that also you need to promote that. So encourage foreign asset acquisition by Indian company. Asset acquisition means taking that area into their control and exploring that critical minerals. Develop domestic stockpiles. We have to increase the domestic storage of critical minerals. mineral processing parks should be established. Offshore mining means nothing but polymetallic noodles ఎక్కడ ఉంటాయి? Indian Ocean region. Polymetallic noodles which are rich in minerals are located in Indian Ocean region. So we have to promote offshore mining also. Okay. So committee on critical minerals has been constituted under Ministry of Mines. Okay. So role of critical minerals. Now you know, for green energy transition in electric vehicles we need critical minerals. Okay, we need whatever. Okay, so we need for batteries, to manufacture batteries we need critical minerals. In solar panels, already did we discuss about the solar panels? Okay, in solar panels earlier we were using silicon, now we are shifting from silicon, so we need critical minerals. For energy transition, to transit to green energy we need critical minerals, whether it might be solar panels, whether it might be electric vehicles, or whether it might be hydrogen fuel cells. Next, electronics and communications. You know, for IC chips, chip manufacturing you need critical minerals. So used in semiconductor, fiber optics, for laying optics also you need circuit boards also are made up of critical minerals. Defense and aerospace, in missile guided systems, aircraft and satellite technologies also you need critical minerals. In medical equipment, you know, MRI scanning and when we are focusing on MRI manufacturing, the technology which is used in MRI, for manufacturing that equipment we need critical machine. Okay, so India's dependence on import, as I said, no, India heavily depends on China for 6 critical minerals. What are that 6 critical minerals? Lithium, silicon, titanium, tellurium and graphite. What are those critical minerals? Okay, so India is heavily dependent on China for 6 critical minerals: bismuth, lithium, silicon, titanium, tellurium and graphite, highlighting its vulnerability to supply disturbance. Means nothing but, okay, so that 30% annual growth in lithium ion battery demand driven by EV adoption makes national critical mineral essential to support its said. See, now you know electric vehicles is run on batteries. Batteries are made by lead. Okay, lithium ion batteries. So you need lithium to manufacture what? Batteries. Now you understood how national critical mineral mission is very much important. So now what type of initiatives is been taken under this to promote critical minerals? So mines and mineral development, we are amending that and we are promoting mining rights to explore critical minerals. As I said, no, we are also looking into regulatory mechanism. Next we have formulated a policy called National Mineral Policy 2019. So we have formulated a policy on National Mineral Policy. Next, elimination of customs duty. Okay, most critical minerals in budget, means nothing but which of the critical minerals are very much important to India. We are reducing its custom duties. Okay, so next, exploration and domestic production. Geological Survey of India is conducting extensive exploration, and recently we found out lithium reserves were discovered in Jammu and Kashmir. Very important, lithium reserves are found in Jammu and Kashmir. Lithium triangle countries only Bolivia, Argentina, Chile. Okay, now lithium reserves are found in, and in India, what is that semiconductor triangle? Pune, Bangalore, Hyderabad. Okay, so plans for strategic mineral reserves. We are also planning strategic mineral reserves. We discussed about strategic oil reserves. Yes or no? Oil reserves. So on the same line, we are also planning for strategic mineral reserves. International collaboration. Kanji Bidesh India Limited for global acquisition. So we have started a Kanji Bidesh India Limited for global acquisition. Means nothing but in African nation, if at all there is a critical mineral, we can acquire that territories. Mineral Security Partnership. Mineral Security Partnership, which is a group of 14 countries. You remember, ఇండియా ట్రస్ట్ ఇనిషియేటివ్ లో క్రిటికల్ మినరల్స్ గురించి ఉంది. అండ్ మినిమం మినరల్ సెక్యూరిటీ పార్ట్నర్షిప్ విచ్ ఇస్ ఆఫ్ 14 countries. India joined US led initiative. Okay, very much important. Okay, major and minor minerals. Okay, so major and minor in minerals. One sec. Okay, these many topics are there. Should I continue or should I give break? Break కావాలి. Okay, సరే. Okay, you go for a break and come. So today we will end the economy end avadu తొందరగా end చేస్తా. We'll end that session quickly. ఏం లేదు, కంటిన్యూస్ ఎక్కువ అవుతుందంట కదా, 3.5 hours అవుతుంది కదా. I will try to do that.